Today is Tuesday, May 14th. There's more to know today about the impact of the trade war and why the tables have turned a bit in the Russia investigation. Plus, we're talking facial recognition, an Apple lawsuit, and the new way to catch an Uber at the airport. Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. I'm Erica Mandy. Thanks so much for being here. You ready? Let's do this. Stocks had their biggest drop in months this week, and it's all tied to the trade dispute between the U.S. and China. Investors are pretty worried about the impact of all of this on the world's largest economies. The Wall Street Journal reports the Dow and the S&P 500 fell 2.4% yesterday, both their biggest one-day losses since January. And by the way, China is now officially retaliating. China will raise tariffs on $60 billion worth of U.S. exports starting June 1st. CNBC reports some of those new higher taxes target U.S. farmers who largely supported Trump in 2016. Remember, this is in response to President Trump raising tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. Trade talks didn't go anywhere last Friday, and this is the result. And President Trump says more tariffs could be coming. The New York Times reports if the latest threat actually goes through, it would impact almost every consumer product coming from China into the U.S., from phones to toys to sneakers. For now, there are plans for the two presidents to talk again next month. President Trump says he expects the meeting to be, quote, very fruitful. So we'll see. The U.S. Attorney General just assigned a top federal prosecutor to investigate the Russia investigation. The AP reports Attorney General William Barr appointed U.S. Attorney John Durham to look into how the Russia investigation started and if it was appropriate. The New York Times says it's actually one of the 3 known reviews about this, all looking into why the FBI opened the investigation in the first place, where they ended up checking for any ties between Russia's election interference in 2016 and the Trump campaign. President Trump has called the whole thing a witch hunt, but critics call this latest move political. They point to the final report from the special counsel. The Mueller report said there were legitimate reasons to launch this investigation. Today, San Francisco could become the first city in the U.S. to ban government officials, including police, from using facial recognition technology. That is, if a new ordinance passes today. For years now, some government agencies have used facial recognition for things like scanning suspects' faces against their own databases. Supporters say it can be a useful crime-stopping tool and even help with things like finding a missing child in a crowd. But some critics say it's flawed and poses a threat to civil rights, allowing governments to track people pretty much everywhere. Even a big tech company is speaking out about it. Microsoft has called on Congress to set some new rules on how the facial recognition technology should be used. Stay tuned. Carbon dioxide levels just hit a record high. New data shows the levels of carbon dioxide, or CO2, in the atmosphere haven't been this high in millions of years, as in since before modern humans existed. The research comes from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Agency, known as NOAA. CO2 is the greenhouse gas scientists say is mostly responsible for climate change. When fossil fuels burn or forests are cut down, levels of CO2 go up. The high levels stop the Earth's natural cooling cycle from working. All right, more news ahead, but first, a quick break to thank this week's sponsor. Did you know that the average individual throws away 70 pounds of textiles each year? But that if everyone dedicated just 10% of their purchases to secondhand clothing, it would have the same impact as taking 1 million cars off the road for a year in terms of emissions reductions. Well, that's where Swap.com comes in. It makes thrift shopping so easy because it's all online. You can use their filters to find unique items in your size and style quickly and have it shipped right to your door. And Swap.com has something for the whole family, including women's, men's, juniors, kids, baby, and maternity. And not only is it good for the environment, you can also save money. You can save up to 90% off retail prices on your favorite brands like Lululemon, Nike, and J.Crew. Plus, there are hassle-free returns within 30 days. Just go to swap.com/newsworthy for a special offer. You can sign up to get free shipping on your first purchase. Just go to swap.com/newsworthy and make sure to enter your email address to get that offer. Swap.com/newsworthy. Now back to the news. A group of iPhone users wants to sue Apple, and the U.S. Supreme Court just ruled that, yes, the case can move forward. Not great news for Apple. The case is about Apple's App Store, where you download and buy your apps for games, music, and more. Well, Apple takes a percentage of what you buy from the people who make the apps. And now, some iPhone owners claim Apple's cut causes the price of all the apps to go up for consumers. In other words, they claim Apple has a monopoly, since there are no other app stores to choose from. Apple says it's just the middleman and has no say over the cost of each app. The company feels confident it'll win this case. To be clear, the U.S. Supreme Court has no opinion about the actual class action lawsuit. It just ruled that it can legally move forward. So stay tuned. Oh, and in better news for Apple, it just launched its newly redesigned TV app. The Verge says the updated version will support paid channels like HBO, Showtime, and more. It's also where Apple's own subscription service, Apple TV Plus, will be found when it debuts this fall. Heads up, WhatsApp users. The messaging app is encouraging you to update to the latest version of the app. And the reason is a potential hack. The Financial Times reported another company was able to install malware on some users' phones. It's not clear how many were affected. WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, but its main selling point has been that it's really secure, that it encrypts all the private messages. For now, WhatsApp says it's fixed this issue, and again, all users should update the app just in case. Who can ship to you faster? Amazon and Walmart are both trying to win. We've already talked about how Amazon is investing hundreds of millions of dollars to speed up its default delivery time for Prime members from 2 days to just 1. Now, Business Insider reports Walmart is now offering next-day shipping as well, at least on all orders $35 or more. Walmart says it was planning to make this announcement on this day all along. Walmart's new shipping option is only available in certain areas for now, but the company says it'll roll out gradually across the U.S. Speaking of Amazon shipping, sources tell Reuters the tech company is testing out machines that can pack orders 5 times faster than humans. Workers would put the items on a conveyor belt, then the machines would do the rest. USA Today reports that would eliminate about 1,300 jobs. But Amazon says the money the company saves by using the machines will be reinvested in new services, which could mean new human jobs. If you've ever tried to find your Uber or Lyft ride at the airport in a crowd of other people looking for their Uber or Lyft ride, then listen up. Engadget reports both Uber and Lyft are testing a pin feature to try and help out with this problem. Here's how it would work. Passengers wait in line at a certain area in the airport and just get in the next available car. But before you get in, you share a PIN or a code with the driver and verify that driver's details. If this all sounds familiar, it is. Lyft did say last month that something similar would be coming, and sure enough, it's here. But right now, it's only a pilot program at the airport in Portland, Oregon. If all goes well, it could then come to more airports in the future. Oreo is gearing up for summer with some new Oreo flavors, 5 of them. USA Today says there are s'mores, latte, mint chocolate chip, maple cream, and marshmallow moon, which comes in a glow-in-the-dark package. The moon cookies celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo moon landing, which was on July 20th, 1969, when the first humans landed on the moon. And that's it for today. You are all caught up. If you want to read more about any of the stories we talked about, just head to the homepage of thenewsworthy.com, click episodes, and look for today's date. You'll find all the story sources and links right there. Thank you so much for listening. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen every weekday by 4 in the morning, so I'll be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.